także chyba kij, jeśli ktoś używa. Może ja już mam najlepszy. Tam muszę iść, więc ja pójdę w przeciwną stronę. O! No. Mam najlepszy miecz, dobra. To już nic innego nie znajdę. Więc mogę iść do przodu. Moździerze, ładnie. Już nawet z moździerze tutaj znali. W sumie to nie jest moździerz, to... Nie, moździerz to jest takie mniejsze, to się przenosi. To jest działo artyleryjskie. Ładnie. Au, ej.
He trained you to fight a tyrant, but with a flaw. He wanted you vulnerable in your moment of triumph.
Spirit! You're too slow!
The dragon amulet is in his hands, reassembled. He will consume my power, but all is not
No
lost.
idę do niego, idę, ale myślę, że tak łatwo przejść. Mimo, że on mistrz ma na... były mistrz ma nasz amulet, to i tak my możemy korzystać dalej z klejnotów. Kurde.
Spirit thief! This is the end!
No, duchy lordów są właśnie dobre, a złodzieja tu.
Leaping tiger!
Your master claims the throne and my power. He will rule as a god unless he is stopped.
Następny awans. Jeszcze jeden, kurde.
You're too
A
scared.
daj. Przed chwilą miałem wszystko pełne.
You have done well, mortal, but your journey is far from over. Time grows short and we must act quickly if we are to stop your Master Li. Your master, Sun Li, the glorious strategist, betrayed you. He killed you to claim the power of the Emperor. My power to claim the power of the Emperor. My power as his own. You are dead. I am the Water Dragon, immortal guardian of the path to the underworld. I shepherd the dead, leading them to my holy temple in Dirge, the gateway to the afterlife. But 20 years ago, the Emperor and his brothers attacked Dirge. They burned my temple, slew my servants, and defiled my body so the Emperor could claim my power. When Emperor Sun Hai fell, I reclaimed some of my power, enough to call your spirit here. But now I am fading once more. Sun Li consumes my energy. Your former master has long desired power, to impose his will on the Empire. His plan took years to form, but the prize was too grand to let go to waste on his brother's madness. He consumes my essence to become a god, but he does not yet fully control his power. That is why I could bring you here, and why we can speak now. My strength wanes. We must act quickly. For you to fulfill your destiny, I must send you to Dirge now, while Sun Li struggles to control his newfound power. The glorious strategist knows patience. Li has planned this for 20 years. When Dirge fell, he rescued you only because he believed you were a tool he could use. You will learn this and more, but we must move quickly. When he discovers what I have done, he will try to seal this realm and prevent me from sending you to Dirge. My temple at Dirge is defiled. I do not have the power to restore you to life, but I can send your spirit to Dirge, so you may cleanse the taint corrupting my holy sanctum. Hurry! If you restore the fountains of Dirge, I can restore you to life. If you do not, Master Li will become unstoppable. Seek out Abbot Song. He will help you. Restore the fountains of Dirge. Restore my power, and I will speak to you again.
Tak, i witamy właśnie razem w Lamancie, chyba tak, wraz to się wymawia. Nie, w Lamencie. Boże, tutaj lamentują?
Leaping tiger. Longsword.
O, i tak właśnie wygląda demoniczny miecz. No, tutaj będzie też walka z demonami. I z ostatnim demonem. Na którego można się nadziać. Za wolno. Czyżby to był też opat, którego szukamy? Szukam.
This cannot be. Is it really possible? I sense the mark of the water dragon upon you. You have returned.
I am the spirit of Abbot Song, slain many years ago by the glorious strategist. Before my death, I was the head of the Spirit Monk Order, your order.
Master Li? He is Sun Li, the traitor.
How out of balance the world has become when one of our order believes Sun Li to be his master. You are a spirit monk, born here in Dirge and cleansed in the sacred fountains. You were an infant the day the Emperor and Sun Li attacked our monastery. I tried to save you from the slaughter, only to lose you to Li when he ripped you from the arms of your dying guardian. I can only imagine what lies and distortions he told you about Dirge, your heritage, and his own role in events here. But now, you deserve to hear the truth.
No, czas usłyszeć prawdziwą wersję, co się stało.
30 years ago, the long drought struck the land. For a decade, crops withered and died. Starving people across the Empire demanded that something be done. Despite his position, Emperor Sun Hai could not alter the natural order. He demanded that his brother, the glorious strategist, concoct a plan to rectify this insult. Through Sun Li's cunning, the armies of the Emperor laid siege to the gates of Dirge. They came to seize the Water Dragon's power and her life-giving waters. The soldiers of the Imperial Army swarmed over us, too many to count. My spirit monks fought bravely, but I knew the battle was lost. We were beaten. All around me, my fellow spirit monks were dying. I tried to hold the attackers at bay. Prince Qin attacked me, and then Master Li cut me down from behind. The Emperor ascended unopposed, but already Sun Li and Prince Qin plotted against him. The glorious strategist was not content to watch his brother come to power. Emperor Sun Hai, ruler of the Jade Empire, stepped beyond his station and slew the Water Dragon, claiming her power for his own. His brothers tried to strike him down, but they could not know he would be so strong. Infused with the Water Dragon's power, he was now unbelievably powerful. Sun Li escaped with his life, but he left his brother, Prince Qin, to suffer the Emperor's terrible vengeance. A spirit monk child still lived. He killed your guardian. Claiming his identity, no longer a servant of the Emperor, Li abandoned his fearsome armor to become the master you thought you knew.
Ała.
If you and the amulet were the key to defeating his brother, he might still claim that power.
He disappeared with you and the amulet, escaping the Emperor's retribution. With his newfound power, the Emperor, as a taunt to his traitorous brother, bound kin spirit to the armor Lee had left behind. And Death's Hand was born.
Od razu się rozpruł? Ładny cesarz.
You were the last of the spirit monks. Sun Li saw our attempt to save you as confirmation of your importance. He believed you were meant to restore what he helped steal. He trained you to be an instrument of vengeance, an agent to succeed where he and Prince Qin had failed. But with your death, the Emperor is now invincible. Then the glorious strategist has won. You were the last of the spirit monks. But now you are just a ghost like the rest of us. No one is left to oppose Sun Li. You spoke with the water dragon? Of course! Only she could guide your spirit to Dirge, while all others must wander the mortal world. I worried that our last hope had died with you, but now I see you have come to restore the fountains of Dirge. The first step in restoring the water dragon herself. As leader of the spirit monks in life, I am bound by honor and duty to aid you in this task. I swear, I will not abandon you until the fountains of Dirge are restored. I can guide you here in Dirge, this lost home of yours. I know the monastery well, and will do everything in my power to help you restore the fountains. The fountains were tainted with human blood, which shattered their seals. The blood that stained them is gone. Replacing the seals should restore them. You are probably right. We must restore the water dragon's power before Sun Li gains full command of her powers.
No i to taki chwilowy towarzysz. O. Ostatni w tym pasku.
You have nothing to fear here. Though many dangerous beings dwell in Dirge, these monks and soldiers cannot harm you.
Wiecznie walczą.
The monks and soldiers who fell during the battle are trapped here in Dirge. Caught in a never-ending war, they fight, they fall, only to rise and fall again. Lee cut me down on the steps of the temple. My body fell and my spirit rose. Powerless, I fled toward the outer courtyard while the battle still raged. I wanted to see if you had escaped. Instead, I saw Lee take you, and I found myself trapped out here. The Emperor had sealed the gates behind me. My spirit cannot leave, Dirge. None of the spirits here can leave. For 20 years, I have been trapped in the outer courtyard, unable to pass through the gates. My hope is that the restoration of the fountain will allow the gates to open. Perhaps inside we can find a way to restore Dirge and free my brethren from this curse. I cannot say what fate lies ahead, but after 20 years, your return gives me reason to hope once more. There's no way through the gates. The Emperor sealed them 20 years ago. Now they keep me from entering my own monastery. If we can restore the fountain, the gates may open for us.
Aha. Trzeba oczyścić dolną fontannę, żeby móc przejść. No oczywiście odnowienie fontanny nie jest aż takie proste. Tak.
Leaping tiger. You won't see. Spirit strike.
Au, au, au!
Golden ball. Golden ball.
I do widzenia, pani.
Leaping tiger.
Niewredna baba. Bez przesady, to tak mnie trafiają. Dobra, teraz to słusznie, że mnie trafił. I do widzenia.
The guardian of this fountain is destroyed, and I weep for her. She was once one of our order, but lured by Lee's promises of wealth and power, she betrayed us. This thing is the corrupted spirit of Xiang Wu. During the attack, she and several other spirit monks betrayed us by tainting the holy fountains with human blood. Long before the attack, Lee sent spies to bribe some of our weaker members. When they tainted the fountains, the power sustaining us against the army vanished. After the battle, the Emperor executed Xiang Wu and the others, and he used the power of the water dragon to bind their spirits to the
Niezbyt ten
fountain.
ciekawy cesarz zdradza tak szybko wszystkich.
Their crime was terrible, but they did not deserve this fate. They suffered endless torment from which they could never escape. Such is the power of the binding. The binding is a sacred ritual of the spirit monks. We can draw on the power of the water dragon to bind a spirit to us. It is one of our tools for shepherding the dead. Even before Dirge was befouled, there were ghosts in the world. Some spirits would become lost in their journey here, or refuse to let go of the mortal world and go mad. If we found one of these restless ghosts, we could bind it to us and bring it to Dirge. Then we would release the spirit, so the water dragon could lead it into the afterlife. The binding is a great gift from the water dragon, if used properly. But the power can be abused. The Emperor bound the traitors not to himself, but to a place. The spirit can never escape such a binding. It feels an inexorable pull, but it has nowhere to go. It feels a compulsion to obey, but is never given a command. The spirit twists and corrupts, and in its agony it goes mad. Binding a spirit to a place is a terrible crime for our order. The only thing worse is binding a living creature. Binding the living condemns them to a fate worse than death. It forces the subject to obey and robs them of their free will. As a spirit monk, you must never do such a thing. The ability to bind spirits comes from the essence of the water dragon inside you. You may not have the power now, but one day you will be able to call upon it when needed. But this is not the time.
Tak, ja już zacząłem przysypiać.
The Guardian is dead, but you must place the seal on the fountain for it to be fully restored.
Na serio, ja zacząłem już przysypiać. Tak zaczął nudzić, że zaczęły mi się oczy zamykać. Dobra. Oni tutaj potrafią w tej grze naprawdę uśpić kogoś. Fajnie. Włączam fontannę i drzwi się otwierają.
It worked. The fountain is restored, and the gates to the inner courtyard.
Dobra, tu chyba nic nie ma. Nie, to czytałem. I wodna smoczyca.
The first fountain has been restored. You have done well.
Great mistress.
No, będą przynudzać.
This is heaven itself to see you.
Ja się zdrzemnę, obudźcie mnie jak skończą.
So lost without your wisdom.
I have left you without my guidance for far too long, Abbot Song. But I could not speak with you. My strength was consumed contacting the last of the Order. You are the last. There is no one else that can do what you are destined to do. I had to conserve and prepare. I did not know the exact day you would cross to this realm. I was able to guide you here because there was an instant between the Emperor's death and when Sun Li claimed my power. I regained some energy, but that moment has passed. Li is consuming my power, drawing it through the amulet he stole when he betrayed you. You must restore the next fountain before it is too late.
Właśnie.
What you see is how you perceive abilities that are inherently yours as a spirit monk. Essence gems still serve you because the amulet was a pathway, not a source of power. The amulet trains you to access what is already present, something Sun Li misunderstood. However, as a focus, it still allows him to take my power much faster than his brother did. Let the wisdom of the Abbot guide you if you need aid. Restore the second fountain, and I will speak to you again, if I am able.
No niestety, drugiej fontanny nie będzie tak łatwo można uruchomić jak pierwszej.
I sense my former student refused to rest easy. The time for subtlety is
Subtelność?
past.
A kiedy było delikatne? Przespałem to?
You are too valuable to abandon a second time.
I... Śmierć!
Come. We must return to Dirge.
No ładnie. Jeszcze ręka śmierci się zaprosi. Raczej Sun Kin. No. Chociaż źródło ducha jest. Aha.
The second fountain is here, but the seal is missing. This could only be possible if the Guardian fountain has been destroyed. This is troubling. I feel a foul taint here. Something worse than the corruption of the Emperor. Something older. Something not of this realm. There are unnamed things barred from entering both the mortal world and the spirit world. But with the water dragon gone, such a being may have crossed into Dirge. Such a creature would be drawn to the corruption of the fountain. It must have destroyed the Guardian and hidden the seal so the fountain could never be restored. The creature would not go far. Wait.
I
Do you
3,
feel that?
2,
Something is coming.
1. Ja się pokazać. Tak, przedstawiam demona krowy. Tej mućki raczej się nie wydoi łatwo.
I agree. The demon would not reveal itself without cause. But there may be a way to yet overcome this demon. I know of a gem here in the monastery, a gem of great power. You can use it to help defeat this monster. The gem has been kept here in the monastery for many generations, guarded by powerful spells that keep evil at bay. The spells persisted, even after Dirge fell. The demon seeks to lure us to its lair, but it may also be trying to lure us away from the gem. We must go through the opposite arch if you wish to claim the gem. You are the last spirit monk. The wards will not keep you from the gem. But take care.
Tak.
Its power will be like a beacon drawing all manner of dark spirits near.
Tam też to będzie ostatnią
Battling
transformację.
through such creatures may be just as difficult as facing the demon. In any case, the choice is yours.
Ała, ale się strzeliła przed chwilą. W sumie można pójść tą drogą, chociaż znam szybszą do klejnotu.